Captain Boomerang origin explored. What started out as a marketing gimmick led to the rise of Captain Boomerang, a fan favorite with notorious intentions and a taste for crime. George Digger Harkness is best known as Captain Boomerang, prepared with an array of boomerang inventions designed for any situation at hand, such as the getaway rang, and the most notable of all, the Flash Boomerang. Captain Boomerang's story is quite enthralling, thanks to his aboriginal weapon, which initially seemed like a toy with a 100% return policy, but has a history of boomeranging his opponents to their doom. So, let's dive right in. But before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us, it means a lot. Thank you, and let's begin. Origin. George Digger Harkness started out as a mischievous kid with a troubled childhood. He was raised in a small town called Kurrumbura by his mother, Betty Harkness, and his stepfather, Ian Harkness. Ian Harkness was not a kind father figure to little Digger. In an attempt to escape his fate, Digger spent his time customizing various types of boomerangs and maneuvering the art of throwing them. At the age of 15, he had already walked on the path of crime, using his boomerang as his signature move. After his first robbery at the early age of 15, Digger was kicked out of his house by his stepfather. To his rescue, his mother bought him a ticket to Central City, Ohio, and advised him to contact his biological father. Here comes Captain Boomerang. In The Flash Comics Volume 1, Issue 117, Digger reunites with his biological father through a serendipitous newspaper advertisement. The owner of W.W. Wiggins Game Company sets out to find their new mascot to market their brand new fad, the Boomerang. From yo-yos to hula hoops, W.W. Wiggins had seen and sold them all. Little did he know that his illegitimate biological son had applied for the job under the alias of George Green. Impressed by George's impeccable boomerang skills, Wiggins immediately crowns him as the company mascot, Captain Boomerang, and pens the tagline, "Here comes Captain Boomerang." Captain Boomerang soon turns into a sensation amongst the public. Digger takes advantage of this opportunity to pursue his criminal ambitions of committing crimes with customized boomerangs. However, as soon as Barry Allen hears about a rather peculiar use of a boomerang to rob a jewelry store, he pauses his date with Iris West to chase after this costumed robber. He instantly dons his scarlet apparel and turns into the Flash. To his surprise, people's favorite friendly mascot is found at the other end of the chase. Captain Boomerang convinces the Flash that an impersonator had been committing robberies and trying to frame the innocent mascot. To prove his innocence, he takes Flash to his humble home and introduces him to his weak and elderly parents. The Flash considers his story despite his gut telling him that George is guilty, while he cannot prove it due to a lack of evidence. The Flash and Captain Boomerang run into each other once again after another robbery, but this time, the Flash follows his intuition and catches up to the notorious mascot. To his surprise, he is met with a lightning boomerang and is knocked out. When he regains consciousness, he finds himself tied to a large rocket boomerang designed to hurl him to space. The captain's ambitious plan fails as the Flash manages to burn down the ropes by simply vibrating through them, and soon the city police arrest Captain Boomerang and his accomplices. What goes around comes around. In issue 227, the readers are initially promised the death of their beloved Scarlet Speedster, but the panel reflects the true brilliance of the comic version of Captain Boomerang instead. The story starts with an anonymous bomb threat made to the police regarding the wagon which was carrying Digger Harkness to the new state pen. The wagon drops off Digger at Central City Police Headquarters for safekeeping while the officers search the wagon. Digger soon recognizes Barry Allen, who was on duty as an investigating scientist. The call was made by Digger's biological father, who is now his accomplice. It is then revealed that before he was imprisoned, Digger had visited every police headquarters in the city to hide a getaway boomerang which is armed with several tools, such as the knife blade, which can be maneuvered through telepathy. These boomerangs would remain invisible unless Digger focuses his brainwaves to manifest the weapon. He uses the boomerang to create a smokescreen and escapes the police headquarters. In a flash, Barry gets into his costume and chases after the captain. Since their last meet, Digger had learned a new move known as the human boomerang, which, as the name suggests, involves an extremely aerodynamic and athletic ability to take the shape of a boomerang and catapult ahead. The Flash is once again knocked unconscious and wakes up tied to yet another device. This time, however, Captain Boomerang uses a paralyzing formula to prevent him from vibrating through the ropes. The Flash realizes that he is positioned as a human Boomerang and is launched into another dimension full of monsters capable of scaring him to death. While the speedster was boomeranging through a realm of nightmares, he sensed his body loosen up as the paralyzing formula wore off. Despite being able to move again, the Flash chooses not to. In the next panel, Captain Boomerang is knocked over by the Flash Boomerang. Following the principle of a boomerang, what goes around comes around. The Flash managed to make his way back to this realm by simply not changing his trajectory, as he realized that the boomerang must always come back to its sender. The wicked father-son duo make an attempt to flee the scene but are caught by the Flash and taken to the city police headquarters. Two-timing. After being recruited by Amanda Waller as the newest member of the Suicide Squad in return for a pardon and a prison release, Captain Boomerang is forced to wear an explosive bracelet meant for temporary and new members, which would detonate if they defied orders. During his time in the Suicide Squad, it is quite evident that the other team members do approve of his presence because of his sexist and racist vocal tendencies. On a mission to destroy a terrorist group named Jihad and Korak, Boomerang is assigned to neutralize a speedster named Jakuli. Due to his prior experience dealing with the Scarlet Speedster, Flash, however, Boomerang lets Rustam, the leader of Jihad, kill Mindboggler. Boomerang considers this to be a punishment for Mindboggler, as she humiliates him in front of the others when she found out that Boomerang has harassed their teammate Plastique. Waller decides to keep her end of the deal after a few more missions and lets Boomerang live a life outside the prison in an apartment in New Orleans. Soon after this, Boomerang goes back to his criminal lifestyle and moves to Gotham with Sam Scudder, or better known as the Mirror Master. After Scudder's untimely death, Captain Boomerang pretends to be the Mirror Master to continue his life of theft and robbery while maintaining his voluntary services for the government as a member of the Suicide Squad. He is able to two-time as a member of the Suicide Squad and the Rogues until Amanda Waller recognizes him in the Mirror Master's costume and designs a fake mission to trap him in his lie. The benefits offered to him by Amanda are revoked, including his status as a voluntary member of the team, and he remains to be a permanent member of the Suicide Squad until it is disbanded. Double Cross. Digger has a hard time adjusting to the fast-paced world of crime and feels outdated. Digger feels lost and decides to reconnect with the son that he had abandoned, Owen Mercer. However, their connection is short-lived. As soon as the duo begins to bond, Digger is killed by Jack Drake. Originally, Digger was hired to attack Jack Drake. However, the killer warns Drake and provides him with a pistol and successfully catches Digger off guard. Digger manages to kill Jack Drake but loses his life in battle. With the loss of his father, Owen Mercer honors his father by taking up the title of Captain Boomerang. Captain Cold further welcomes Owen as one of the Rogues. Like father, like son. George Harkness was reanimated as a Black Lantern, a type of zombie that feeds off the emotions felt by the living. He attacks Batman and Timothy Drake, aka Red Robin, with the help of the Black Lantern Corps, but they both fail as both Batman and Red Robin freeze themselves cryogenically to prevent them from exploiting their emotions. With a taste of defeat, Harkness and the Black Lantern Rogues attack their living allies, including his own son. By ripping his heart out, Harkness turns Owen Mercer into a Black Lantern. Captain Cold tries to capture both Captain Boomerang Sr. and Captain Boomerang Jr. in ice blocks, but Harkness manages to escape. The same cannot be said for his son. Speedster blood. In the Flash issue number 225, it is revealed that Owen Mercer's mother is Melanie Thawne and that he was conceived when Digger Harkness was stuck in the 30th century. However, it is still unknown whether Bart Allen was born before Owen or how Owen made it to this timeline. This family line explains Owen's short speed bursts. His speed bursts are limited to short distances and are prominent while throwing boomerangs. Zhang Zu's experiments confirm that Owen Mercer could access the Speed Force despite Owen's contrary statements. However, unlike other speedsters, the exact source of Owen's powers is yet to be defined. Gone rogue again. 12 heroes and villains were raised by the White Light for unknown reasons, of which George Harkness was one of them. Resurrection does not equate to freedom, does. He was imprisoned in Iron Heights for all the crimes that he committed when he was alive. Out of desperation, Captain Boomerang contacts Captain Cold and expresses his desire to join the Rogue once again. After receiving the cold shoulder, Harkness is asked to prove if he is still a rogue by breaking out of Iron Heights and ending the Flash. Due to his exposure to the Black Ring, Harkness discovers a new ability to manifest black boomerangs and use their explosive nature to escape Iron Heights and chase after the Flash in order to impress the Rogues. I think, therefore I am. After being recruited by his old teammates Deadshot and Harley Quinn, under the orders of Amanda Waller, Harkness travels with a duo to the Rocky Mountains and encounters the OMAC, aka the One-Man Army Corps. The Thinker attacks them by entering the OMAC's body. However, as soon as the OMAC's body is pushed through a portal to an unknown destination, the original owner of the OMAC's body, aka Kevin Coe, takes over. Salt in the wounds. Captain Boomerang is once again recruited to act as a Suicide Squad member on covert missions. He joins the team in a fight against Aquaman's arch-nemesis, the Black Manta. On the mission, Deadshot shoots Black Manta's wrists. Before being taken into custody, Harkness uses a boomerang to worsen Manta's wound as revenge, giving us a glimpse of his true sadistic nature. During a mission to Russia, Captain Boomerang goes against the instructions given to him and approaches a destructive device which costs him his life. Known by avid comic book readers as the Phantom Zone, it is a pocket prison originally used by ancient Kryptonians to contain dangerous criminals and supervillains, but has expanded as an entire dimension over the years. General Drew Zod of Krypton is one of the most notorious prisoners of the Phantom Zone. In an attempt to escape the Phantom Zone, Zod used his Kryptonian heat vision, but stubborn Captain Boomerang got in the way of the blast coming from the Phantom Zone device and instantly vaporized into thin air. His physical form was destroyed. However, his consciousness was transferred into a ghostly form, was later found by his teammate Hack, who used it to reconstitute him to materialize the human form of Digger Harkness and help him fight against General Zod. Captain Boomerang in DC Extended Universe. Drawing parallels from the comics, Boomerang manages to tie the Flash to a rocket boomerang while he is unconscious, according to the files of Amanda Waller. However, this might be the only similarity between the beloved comic book character and the deceitful supervillain of the DCEU. Captain Boomerang is designed to be less likable in the Extended Universe due to his remorseless record and backstabbing nature. In Suicide Squad 2016, Captain Boomerang is intentionally not subjected to any special treatment due to his long history of betraying the team, attempts to escape, and his hand in the death of Slipknot. Captain Boomerang manipulates Slipknot into making an attempt to escape to confirm his suspicions about the bombs put in by Amanda Waller. His suspicions are confirmed when Slipknot's head blows into pieces. Unlike his comic book storyline, Captain Boomerang experiences a rather deplorable demise fighting alongside his Task Force X companions. Captain Boomerang was a part of the first Task Force X sent to the Corto Maltese Island by Amanda Waller to execute the Maltese dictator Silvio Luna and erase the existence of a 30-year-long inhumane series of experiments known as Project Starfish. During the mission, Boomerang's teammate Mongol attempts to attack an enemy helicopter, which eventually crashes, shooting off tree bark clippings into Boomerang's head and body. The helicopter proceeds to slash Boomerang with its propellers, ending his life. Harley Quinn stands traumatized at the sight of his gruesome death. What makes Captain Boomerang so dangerous? Despite comparatively being the most adjusted member of the Suicide Squad, Digger Harkness is an unstable and unsparing sociopath known for killing his heist accomplices simply because he did not want to share the loot and his team members over minute differences. Harkness wields an unpredictable weapon and a broken moral compass. This is reflected in his history of sexual harassment of women and his racist monologues. Digger's range of boomerang tricks and creative inventions with mechanical engineering skills show his genius-level intellect. What makes him dangerous is his wide range of boomerangs, equipped for any situation thrown at him, some of which include the explosive boomerang, the collapsible boomerang, the infamous lightning boomerang known for knocking out the Flash, the rocket boomerang, the razor blade boomerang capable of decapitating anyone when thrown correctly, the sonic boomerang, the grappling hook boomerang, and the rocket assist boomerang. In the comics, Captain Boomerang is capable of materializing weapons with concentrated brainwaves, guiding boomerangs physically along with aerodynamically plunging himself through the air as a human boomerang.
I'm never going back to that hellhole.
Marvelous appearance of Captain Boomerang in form of other media. This fan-favorite mascot has appeared in a variety of other forms of media over the years. Some notable appearances include, in the 2016 film Suicide Squad, Digger's Captain Boomerang is played by Jai Courtney. In a diamond heist gone wrong, the Flash catches Harkness and is recruited by Amanda Waller into the Suicide Squad against his own will to stop the Enchantress. Captain Boomerang is played by Jai Courtney in the Suicide Squad 2021, where he rejoins the squad but is soon killed killed on a mission by a local military helicopter in Corto Maltese. Captain Boomerang appears in Arrow as a former ASIS agent and a member of the Argus' Suicide Squad. His plans to kill his commanding officer, Lila Michaels, are ruined by the Arrow, the Flash, and their teams. Soon after this, he is taken to the Argus prison on the island Leon U. Queen recruits Harkness in the 5th season finale to face Adrian Chase. Harkness, true to his double-crossing nature, betrays Queen in order to join Adrian Chase. Malcolm Merlin eventually sacrifices himself to save Queen, killing Captain Boomerang in the process. Owen Mercer's Captain Boomerang makes an appearance in the 9th season of The Flash and is played by Richard Harmon. Mercer's Captain Boomerang is a member of the Red Death's Rogues and thus possesses the ability to teleport and is known to use boomerangs built by none other than Wayne Enterprises technology. Marvelous verdict. Captain Boomerang's character is as unique as his weapon of choice. What started out as a strategy to sell a toy became a household name and designed a villain with a colorful reputation that remains intact even after his demise. Despite his broken moral compass, Harkness is full of surprises, and we hope to see more of him in the upcoming works of the DC Extended Universe. If you liked our content, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to us if you haven't already. Have a good one and be safe. Thanks, everyone.